Good evening and welcome once again to the Whiskey Cowboy Live. Tonight's date is May 6th, 2026. It is a Wednesday. Wednesday. It's going to be a show. It's going to be a show. She's, hey, Laurel, she says, sounds good and looks good. Did you get much clipping on that music out there? Was it clipping out on you? My shit was going crazy. I tried to push the compression on here, and it was still lighting up for clipping, but I don't know how it is for you folks. Sound okay to you? And you didn't notice any changes in the music? Because I was moving the compression up and down to try to stop the clipping, and I couldn't stop the clipping. It sounded all the same. Hey, W, welcome to the show. What do we got going on here? I got boy, that's studio sending it, showing it's just freaking... Sending out some signals. Lord Almighty. It doesn't usually do that. Keeps scrolling, loading. So if you guys, if you get some funkiness with the show, you just let me know, okay? Laurel says I only came in about 56 seconds left on the countdown. Yeah, then you heard enough of it. Because most of the stuff I was doing is near the end. When I know, because the beginning of it for about a minute, I didn't realize that it was clipping. So, like my voice isn't clipping. Okay, every once in a while I'll clip on this, but I know that it's not clipping. Whatever. What a freaking day. What a freaking couple days. Boy, the last couple weeks have been a mother monster. Oh, now my nose itches. I don't need my nose to start itching before the show because I got the fan on. It's like, rain today. It's like, I was going to get out and mow the lawn. It's like, okay, it's noontime. I'm going to get it. It's like, oh, it's raining. You son of a mother. So I didn't get the lawn mowed. It's going to look really nice when I get it mowed. Today was the living day of retards. I posted up some stuff. The retards were flocking to this post right here. This one right here. This is about the judge that was handling the pretrial hearings for the attempted assassin on Donald Trump. And I posted up my thoughts on his comments yesterday, so I didn't feel like dealing with it today. So I posted up this one today because I said, I'll just lead in. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I said, there is still a bunch of misinformation and lack of understanding out there concerning the judge that apologized to the would-be presidential assassin. People are stating that he was an Obama appointee. He was not. And they're pointing out that in the case that is being handled, that the case is being handled off to another judge. Now, yeah, Laurel says you explained it so an idiot could understand. What the fuck? Right. Yeah. My commentary there was not about the judge. But see, media sources are acting like the fact that the case is being handed off to another judge is because of something that judge said, and that's not true. It's being handed off to another judge because this judge cannot reside over a felony conviction trial. Debbie says, yes, I know. I've seen a lot of your posts. Okay. Yeah, so what I'm like, okay, let's explain exactly who this judge is, what he can do, and what he can't do. Because a lot of people out there, they don't know. They just assumed he was just like it. There's people even going, oh, it's going to be hard to get him off the bench because he was appointed by Obama and it's a lifetime appointment. It's like, no, he wasn't appointed by Obama. He's a magistrate judge that works in the federal court system. He works in a particular circuit, which is the circuit which is covering Washington, D.C. He works in that circuit. He is a magistrate judge. He is not technically, his title is not federal judge. He is a federal judge because he works in the federal circuit in the court systems, but his title is not federal judge. He is a magistrate judge that works in the federal circuit court. Now, these distinctions are very important because he can reside over a misdemeanor trial. So if you're charged with a misdemeanor, he can reside over it. If you are being tried for a felony, he cannot reside over it. Magistrate judges do not have the authority to reside over felony cases. Now, what they can do, doesn't matter what the case level is. They can do pretrial motions. They can handle setting bail, pretrial motions, pretrial hearings. They can do all of that. And you see that in lower courts as well. You go to a state or county court, a lot of times the judge that's there that you first see, he's not the one handling your case because a lot of this pre-crap is done by magistrates. In other words, they can do all this stuff. And then they go, okay, we're taking your plea, we're taking this, we're doing that. Okay, now we're going to reschedule this for trial under Judge Smith. Why? Because he's the actual judge. The one that saw your case may or may not be a full-fledged judge in the classic sense, or he may be a magistrate judge. And they're still judges. They call them judges. They used to be called commissioners, but they changed the title to magistrate judge. Why? I think it's because it was confusing to the layperson. They just see somebody up on the bench and they don't understand the difference. So they're all judges. They do the same thing, but he's got limited authority. So I was explaining all of this. I did not justify what he said. Debbie says big difference. Right. There's a big difference. If it is a misdemeanor trial, you'll see no difference. So these magistrate judges, they're basically glorified clerks. Now, some jackwagon comes in and goes, oh, you're trying to play it off and you're trying to minimize his role. I'm surprised you didn't say he was a glorified bailiff, because he's not a glorified bailiff. A bailiff is a fucking bailiff. A magistrate judge is a glorified clerk. They do everything that the clerks do, but they can sit on the bench. Again, they used to be called a commissioner. And it was one step above a clerk. The job didn't change. So I wasn't minimizing his job. Also, I was not trying to draw attention. It's like, oh, you're being disingenuous. You're just trying to draw attention away from what he said. No, I'm not. Because I wrote about that yesterday. Yesterday I wrote about that. So then I started providing links up there because people are fucking retards. My God. More people that don't follow my content saw that post than followed it. I could tell right off the bat the majority of the people that followed it, because they're like, yeah, thank you for the information. Right, it's just information. I didn't have a fucking agenda. My only agenda was I had seen for the past 2 days people misrepresenting what this judge was and who he is. Another thing that people are saying is, oh, he's an immigrant. He is fucking not. He is not. This judge is not an immigrant. He's got a name that sounds like an immigrant. He looks like an immigrant. He's Pakistani, but born in the United States. He is a first-generation American. Now, you can have a problem with that. Absolutely. His parents are Pakistani. They migrated to the United States. He was born and they came legal to the United States. Laurel says the information was very important to understand. I agree. And it has nothing to do with whether I think that what he did and said was appropriate. It's not. And here's another thing. People going, here's another reason why I pointed out. And I didn't have to lay it all out. People were saying, oh, he should be removed from the case because he's clearly biased. He's not going to be removed from the case because he's biased. Doesn't play into it. He's not assigned to the case except for the pre-motion trial stuff. Pre-trial motion stuff. So that's why it's like, oh, they took it away from him. No, they didn't take it away from him. He was never going to be residing over it. So you can argue that he had poisoned the potential jury pool with his statement. Absolutely. It's not going to be a mistrial because of it, though. Some fella, and he's a good fella. I've met him. I've talked with him face to face a couple times. Good guy. We have similar backgrounds. He doesn't have a problem with what the judge says, but the only issue is that he thinks that it might. He doesn't want the case thrown out on a technicality for what he said, even though he thinks that the judge was correcting what he said. I disagree with him, and I said so. But there's no way this is going to get thrown out because the pre-trial judge said something stupid. It's not going to happen. The bigger worry isn't that. The bigger worry is the jury pool is the D.C. jury pool. That's the real worry. The real worry is it's a D.C. jury pool. That's it. Has nothing to do with him. So, yeah, people are saying he is. And some guys, hey, so all the pictures that have been posted up about him, they were wrong? Who's that white guy? It's not a white guy. It's the same guy, under brighter lights. His skin tone looks lighter. He's under brighter lights. And he was a little heavier at the time the picture was taken, and he had a fuller beard. But aside from that, it's the same guy. Hell, you look at pictures of me, I look different, and I can look different. I look different now when I'm camp. This is live. Then some of the times when I'm playing the guitar and I'm on film or on video, or when I'm just taking a selfie. Still, there's any number of things. How far the camera lens is from the face, what you're lighting, what's the angle, what are you wearing? You're going to change the way you look. It's the same freaking guy. So again, dealing with retards from the moment I got up today. So I finally, back about an hour ago, I think it was, I just locked that post down. Locked it down. I was tired of dealing with retards. And then some jackwagon comes on, oh, it's a good thing to see you call the people that consume your product retards. And then he called me a jackass or a jerk or something like that. I don't know. It's like, no. If you're not a retard, you know that I'm not talking about you. Because he was commenting and I said, hey, retards. And it's like, oh, I got your attention. Well, here's the information. Here's the link. If people aren't a retard, they know I wasn't talking about them. I showed him the door too. So I showed a bunch of people. I've got a net loss. It always gets me. I got a net loss. That means that the number of people, my follower count dropped. Let's see what it is. It was 6 the last time I checked. A net loss of 6. Yeah, I've got a net loss of 6. That means 6 people that followed my content before that post, and because of that post, stopped following my content. 6 of them. Fair enough. I've gone up 50 followers today. I'll take 6 loss. I'll take a 6 loss. But if you unfollow me because of anything I said in that post or under that post, you're a retard. Here's another thing. I had a follower of mine, bless her heart, and she's interacted with me a few times, sent me private messages. We went over stuff because I do that. I interact with those that follow my content. And she posted up on it that the profanity was not warranted. So I hit her comment and I sent her off a message. Hey, do you have a problem with me being annoyed and the choice of words that I use to express that? She's like, no, I don't have a problem with you being annoyed. It's understandable, but I don't think that the words you use were necessary and blah blah blah. So I very politely said, okay, fair play. I know, noted. But when you have to deal with the amount of people that I have to deal with, and the aggravation that I have to deal with, I'll take your input a little bit more seriously. And you've been following me. You agree with what I say. You like my content. You got to know by now that every once in a while I might get a bit spicy. And if that's a problem for you, by all means, you get to choose whether or not you follow my content or you don't follow my content. My name is the Whiskey. I didn't point out. My name is the Whiskey Cowboy. It's not St. John. It's the Whiskey Cowboy. So I can't get spicy when a bunch of retards flood my page? Yeah, I'm going to get spicy. But I said, but you trying to correct me and comment on the language that I use, yeah, it's not necessary. It's and in fact, it's a little bit insulting. I see that she saw it. She didn't write back, and that's fine. So she's going to follow my content still, or she's not. But that's on you. It's like, don't come to my freaking... You're not dealing with these people. It's easy to come in on the outside and watch a shitstorm happen, and you're not the one that's the target of the shitstorm. I am not a sociopath, which means shit does bother me. If you're a sociopath and you don't give a fuck about what people say about you or to you, hey, water off a duck's back. That ain't me. That ain't me. Tonight's coffee, hazelnut cream, New England brand. Before the show started, I spilled a shit ton of it across my keyboard. Yeah, it's been that kind of day. It's good coffee. So, yeah, the people who've seen that post, 60.6% are non-followers. 39.4% are followers. I mean, so yeah, most of the people that came in that were retards, they don't even follow my content. It's like and here you go. I can post something absolutely incendiary. Nothing. That was innocuous. That was nothing. It was milquetoast center of the road. I wasn't making a judgment one way or the other. I'd get accused of being an Obama supporter, making excuses for Obama, defending Obama. I'm not fucking defending Obama. I just said Obama didn't appoint him. And none of the people like, well, he appointed most of the judges on that circuit and they put this guy, so it's like, no. That's like saying, okay, the mayor appoints a chief of police, and the chief of police has a deputy, and the deputy does something wrong. Is that the mayor's fault? No. The mayor didn't hire that guy. Well, the mayor hired the chief. He hired the chief. It's the chief's responsibility. It's not the mayor's. It's not the mayor's fault if a police officer does something wrong. It's the mayor's fault if he then doesn't correct it. But it's not the mayor's choice. The mayor didn't pick him out. Obama had nothing to do, absolutely nothing to do with appointing this guy as a magistrate judge. Nothing. And the problem is people are saying he did, and he didn't. If you got a problem with what the guy did, by all means. Like I said, I'd had a problem with it. I posted it. So there we go again. He's probably not likely to receive anything, not even a verbal reprimand over this. He should, and he shouldn't be on the bench. But he's probably not. But to remove him takes a lot less effort than it does a federal judge appointed by the president and the Senate. That's difficult. Magistrate judges, yeah. Here's another thing. If the judge that you don't like, you think should be removed, check to see if he's a magistrate judge. Much easier. Because they serve for 8 years. 8 years. If they're full-time. 4 years if they're part-time. which is weird. I don't know why that is. But it's 4 years if they're part-time, 8 years if they're full-time. And then if there's a mix of things, there's like a 4.5-year thing. I didn't get into it because it's not that important. But yeah, and they're appointed by the judges in the circuit that they're working in. They all vote. And if the majority wins, so let's say there's 5 judges in the circuit, and 3 of them want him and 2 don't. Well, he gets the job. And then they just put him into rotation. Now, if the other 2 judges don't want him in their rotation, they probably won't have him in their rotation. They go, no, have him do your stuff. And the guys that want him will go, yeah, by all means, do my stuff. That's less shit that they have to do. Because I said they're glorified clerks. They just take care of all this other stuff. And they go, oh, you're trying to minimize what he does. I'm not trying to minimize anything. Everybody else is trying to maximize. They're trying to make it bigger than what he really does. No. All I didn't minimize is, oh, you're just saying that he does administrative stuff. If you think that all I'm saying is that he did administrative stuff, you didn't read what the fuck I said. I laid out what they can do, and then I said, and administrative stuff. I didn't say that's all they did. When they're not handling these pretrial stuff, they're doing clerical work. They're doing administrative work. Again, they're a glorified clerk. I'm not minimizing anything. Bunch of freaking retards. Just, chaps my ass. But yeah, people don't read. They don't, and then they read into things. It's like, again, hey, I'm a lot of things. You think I'm an asshole fan? Fantastic, fine, I'm an asshole. But let me earn it. Let me earn it. Don't twist what I said or what I mean. And these are people. We're on the same fucking side. Some other people point that. It's like, yeah, this is friendly fire. Yeah, it is. No need for it. I'm on your side, buddy. You're a nobody with no fucking followers. You don't put out content. You just troll through the fucking Facebook pages and post shit. I'm the one doing the hard work out there. I'm trying to educate people and trying to get people, on the right sheet, You're nobody. Nobody. I'm a little fish, but I'm a fucking fish. Laurel says, just shows they don't actually read the whole... No, they'll either read the lead-in or they'll skim through it and they'll miss major parts. They've done it time and time again. The last couple weeks have been horrible with people that are not reading what I write. I'm fucking done with it. And the problem is because other people that don't read it, they read more in the comments section than what I freaking posted. And they see other retards saying shit that they thought, and it just bolsters their stupidity. I'm not having it. I'm not having it. It is. So yeah, I got a bit spicy today. I called a bunch of retards. Yep, did it. You want to unfollow me? Unfollow me. You think you're going to get better information out there, more honest information, more straightforward information, more truthful information elsewhere? Go for it. Go for it. You're not. Go for it. Don't darken my doorstep. Don't do it. It's not needed. And I said that I wouldn't get into how much money I make or don't make. But I'll tell you, I don't make enough on Facebook to put up that shit. Period. Y'all know the deal. And if I was making big bucks, I probably wouldn't care. Wouldn't give 2 shits about the comment section. I just do not notify me. Just roll on. But I don't. So I try to interact. I try to guide people. I try to do the right thing. And you ain't going to get that shit from any other commentator out there. None of them. None of them. So yeah. Retards. Okay, I've been letting this roll. I'm waiting for people to join in. Before I told my story, I wanted to make sure Judy was here. Gus may or may not come in. Gus has been pretty tired at night. Gus is doing fine though. I'm saying hey for Gus. He didn't say hey, but I'm saying hey for Gus. I talked to him today because I updated him on stuff. I said, Gus, I thought that you would appreciate this, since Gus is a friend of mine. And we talk in the real world. And he knew the whole situation coming up, so I got in touch with him and said, "This is how things escalated today." And you folks, you ain't gonna believe it. You ain't gonna believe it. But those who know me, here's a saying that I do all the time. You've heard this before. Let's play this hand out. Cards are dealt. Let's play this hand out. See, everybody expects you to fold. Everybody expects you to fold. John doesn't fold. Nope. Because if I drew the cards, I knew what I was drawing. I knew what I had in my hand. I'm not going to fold. Let's play this out. Let's play this out. And I ain't been burned once. Not once. I ain't been burned once. Oh, people try. No, let's play this out. Oh, it's legal and the cops are involved. Let's play this out. Let's play it out. Let's play it out. Today's main topic, we're about 25 minutes in, is the medical industry, which is a complete shit show. Now, I know a bunch of you out there, and I know your personal stories. I know Gus's story. And, yeah, you're probably going, yep, it's a shit show. It's a shit show. And I've talked about other shit that's been happening in my life with me personally and with the missus before on the show. It's a shit show. Doctors think they know everything. They don't. Laura says, major shit show. That's right. W says, glad to hear about Gus. Yeah, Gus is doing okay. He laughed. Sally gave me shit. I said, Sally's my hemorrhoid because she's just a pain in my ass. Sally is Gus's wife. She likes to give me shit. She's kind of like Donna that way. Donna, for those who Donna is an older follower. I mean, she's older, but she ain't that old. But she's from pre gun sales show time, and she ain't come back. So Laura says somebody has to. No, they don't. Stop it. So okay, I don't know where everybody is. So let's get this going. Back some years ago, the missus had cataract surgery. And when she had cataract surgery, they told her the other eye is probably going to need it. It's like, okay. Well, then we were tight financial, so we put things off, and her cataract in her other eye got worse and worse and worse. Well, last year, we were able to financially be in a spot where, like, let's get this taken care of. So we started the process. So we've been working on this for a good while now, the new one. Now we know we know the process. The surgeon needs a clearance. He needs another doctor to sign off that you are cleared for surgery. Not a problem. So we go to the Mrs. PCP. And this is what it was the last time. Okay, the last time. Go to the PCP. The PCP, they do their vitals because that's not what you're there for. That's just the visit thing. Looked at the blood work. Ran an EKG. Went over health history. And you're like, okay. You're cleared for surgery. There's nothing that's going to prevent you from having surgery. They sign off on it. That gets sent over the surgeon. The surgeon books the appointment. You go back to the surgeon, And they do a real quick exam just before the surgery, and then you go into surgery. Now, the missus has what they call white coat syndrome. Now, for folks that don't know what white coat syndrome is, it's basically it's high blood pressure due to anxiety. And the only time it's really noticed is, and probably every time she gets anxious, her blood pressure goes up, because everybody's does. But you notice it because when you go to the doctor's office, they take your blood pressure. So if you Google it, right, Laurel says, oh Lord, my sister had that. Right. So that means any diagnostics for blood pressure that you get when you go to the doctor, they're meaningless. They're meaningless. So to get the correct, you have to monitor your own blood pressure at home. And she does. She monitors her own blood pressure, her own glucose levels. She does her own A1C testing. She does everything. And that's not the same thing. They're two separate tests. Blood glucose levels get taken multiple times per day. It tells you what your daily, and so you can keep track of what is it like in the morning. Like she knows she has, I think they call it sunrise syndrome or some shit like that. Her blood sugar levels are through the roof when she first wakes up. It's because she's been sedentary all night, and then her adrenaline kicks in, and it pushes all the sugar into her system. That's not a true indication of your blood sugar level. You have to wait. So if you suffer from that, you have to wait a couple hours, and your body settles down. Then you take your glucose test. So again, this ain't our first rodeo. And then the A1Cs, those are taken 9 months, once or twice a year, something like that. They're not taken all the time because the A1C lists it reads there's a coating around your blood cells. There's a coating around them, and that thickness is developed over time based on the amount of sugar that you have in your system. Okay? So you need to watch two things. You need to watch your daily sugar, and that'll tell you what your sugar rating is throughout the whole day. And then your A1Cs tells you what it is over a period of time, because that's two different batches of information. You can't see accurately, again, because your blood sugar goes up and down with testing so quickly. They're two different tests. So again, she does it all. So it's like, okay, so when she has white coat syndrome. Well, when she went in for her surgery, her first cataract surgery, guess what her blood pressure was? It was high. Why? She has, but again, most people when they go to get a surgery, their blood pressure goes high even if they don't have white coat syndrome. And the doctors know this. The surgeons know this. So what do? They put them on anti-anxiety drips. They put it in their IV. It's just a little, or they'll give them a pill. And it calms them down. They know this. This isn't. And plus, cataract surgery is not a full under. In other words, you don't have an anesthesiologist for cataract surgery. That magnifies surgeries, anesthesia, general anesthesia. This is a local. Cataract surgery is done while the patient is awake. So there's different issues involved. So, okay, so we go in. It's like, okay, her appointment to get cleared is in. Well, her actual, according to the clinic, her actual PCP, which she's only seen once, wasn't in. So they've got rotating doctors. So we got this other doctor. We didn't know who the hell she was. But before that doctor comes in, the nurse comes in to do her vitals. They already taken her weight. Now they need her blood pressure and her heart rate. Well, the missus has big arms. She's a plus-size gal. And the blood pressure cuff that they were using was hurting her arm. She was in extreme pain. Now, what happens to your blood pressure when you're put in pain? It goes through the roof. So she's got white coat syndrome and she's put in pain. Again, those blood pressure readings ain't going to mean shit for anything because it's situationally induced. So they tried to take it twice on her bicep. And it's like, no, this ain't working. So then they go, okay, we're going to take it on her forearm. So they tried to take it on the forearm, and bless her heart, the young gal just couldn't do it. It's like, okay, fine. Okay. So she goes, I'm going to give an estimate, and really the visit isn't for your vitals anyways. See, that's important. The visit really isn't for your vitals anyways. It's not. It's to go over your medical history and to take and to give you an EKG. So they took the EKG, and the EKG was fine. The doctor comes in, starts going over the information, and starts saying things like, oh, okay, so you had thyroid conditions. No, she didn't. She did not. She did not have thyroid condition. They put her on thyroid medication, but she didn't have a thyroid condition, and there's a fucking difference between the two. Oh, so she listed off a bunch of other stuff that just wasn't. No, she didn't have, like, high cholesterol. You had high cholesterol. No, she didn't have high cholesterol. They put her on cholesterol medicine, but she didn't. All of her tests, like, did you even look at what the blood tests were with it? She has never had high cholesterol. And she didn't have a thyroid condition. These were medications. And we talked about this on the show before. Doctors just love to throw cocktails of medication, and one thing goes for another. And then they use this to counter this, and to counter that, and this to counter that. It's like, do not let them put you on medication if there is any other option. So here she is, and we've had to try to correct this information for decades. It's like, no. Laura says they get kickbacks. They do. They do get kickbacks, and they're fucking lazy. And that'll come into play later. So she's having to correct everything, and the missus is watching what she's writing. This is what she wrote on the visit chart. That they went over the thyroid condition. They went over this, and it's like, you didn't go over it. Anybody looking at that clipboard after it's done would think that she had a fucking thyroid problem at some point, and she didn't. If you say that and go, and there was never one there, correct the freaking records. Here you go. We have relatives. And every time she goes into the doctor, they go, oh, so you live at home with your husband and your 2 grandchildren. And she's like, no, I don't. And I keep telling you people, take the grandchildren off of my records because they haven't lived here for years. Doctors don't do what they're fucking told to do. That's why when they pass on shit, doctors kill and permanently injure people in the United States at vastly higher levels than any other thing. Higher than guns, higher than car accidents, everything. Heart disease, everything. Doctor malpractice kills and permanently injures more people in the United States than anything by far. Don't fucking believe me? Look it up. But you're supposed to worship them, and you're supposed to just obey them and do whatever the fuck they say to do, no questions asked. Well, that's dangerous. That's asking for problems. It's asking for problems. Okay. So, okay. So then the doctor's like, okay, let me try to get your blood pressure. So she goes, I'm going to use the automatic one. They have an automatic one that goes on the forearm. Similar, the missus has one that goes on her wrist. This one goes on the forearm. But this one doesn't do it all. They still have to put their stethoscope and listen. The doctor had to, and I don't have a problem with this, okay? But it must be noted. Laurel says those are even worse. Yes, your forearm and wrist blood pressure ones, while they're more comfortable, tend to give a higher reading than your bicep. It's the nature of the beast. That's why I say it's diagnostic only. And the missus 2 days earlier, okay, because this shit's been going on for 2 days. 2 days earlier, before she went to bed, she checked her blood pressure on her wrist one, and she was fine. So, the doctor didn't even know how to use it. She didn't know how to use it. She had to Google how to use it. Yeah, I'm sitting there looking at it. She pulls it up. It's Google Images, and they show where to place everything. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? I mean, okay, fine, but anything after that, you need to check your fucking ego. So she takes her blood pressure, and it was something like 200 something. I think it was below 210, 207, 206 was the high number, over, I don't know, 79, 80, something like that. So it was high. it was you fucking think? You think? So she's like, oh no, we need to get your blood pressure down. And this is what she said. If when you take it here, you can't get the blood pressure down, she's going to put her on medication. And we both said at the same time, no, you're not. And that, of course, made the doctor, well, what? No, you're not. Because number one, the problem for her blood pressure is not a constant problem. It is situationally induced. Number two, blood pressure medicine can start working within 24 hours, but it doesn't really take effect until usually a week to 2 weeks. And then it starts evening out. You're not going to get an accurate reading on what it's doing for you. But again, if it's situational, it's not going to fucking help you. That's not what the problem is. So why put somebody on blood pressure medicine? So I told her that. And she goes, yeah, she's a moron. So then she goes, well, you need to bring in your blood pressure cuff so that we can see whether it's calibrated. Because if it's not ours are calibrated. No, I'm telling you what, doctors' offices and hospitals are well known for being out of calibration. So this fucking, it's got to be calibrated to us is bullshit. You talk to any medical personnel, they'll tell you, yeah, our shit ain't been calibrated in ages. It ain't calibrated. And you know what? It doesn't have to be. There's another myth. It doesn't have to be. Because you can take the same blood pressure cuff, same calibration, take your blood pressure 5 times and get three or four different readings. Because that's the way the system works. You just need to be ballpark. You need to be ballpark. It's a diagnostic indicator. It's not the be with all and wherewithal. The same way as your weight. It's like, do they make you strip down when they go and take your weight at the doctor's office? No, they don't. Whatever you're fucking wearing. So if you're wearing more clothes one day than the other, you're going to get a different fucking scale, but you're going to be in the ballpark. That's all these measurements are for. Laura says switch arms and it's different. Right. Think about something different and it's going to be different. It's because it's just ballpark. So then because I told her, I said, you know that it's the office one doesn't mean anything. And then she goes, if it's not the same, I can't trust what you tell me. And I'm like, you can't trust. How do you know she's not lying anyways? Let's say it's calibrated exactly the same. You get the same general reading. How do you even know that she's not fucking lying to you? So you can trust her if you think that the cuff is calibrated? It's like, this is all surface level analysis. It's like none of this shit, it sounds good until you think about it. You think about it for half a second and you go, that's fucking retarded. So it didn't make any sense. But I'm like, okay, I'll tell you what. This is what we're going to do. Is we'll bring the blood pressure cuff in and we'll see whether it's calibrated the same. I said, but I'm telling you, if everything else is fine, and we're going to go and get the blood work because her blood work was old. We'll get the blood work and we'll come in to see if the blood pressure cuff is to your specifications. I said, and if everything is, or if it's even ballpark, and you deny the surgery because of the blood pressure at the office, I said there's going to be problems. And I said it just like that. Now get this, I'm 6'4", 220 plus, and I'm sitting down, and this gal's a normal sized gal. And she was sitting in her chair, and she's across the office from me. But I'm sitting down. I didn't make any violent moves. That's what I just said. If everything is exactly the same, and the reason you deny it is because of high blood pressure in the office, there's going to be problems. And I said it just like that. She stands up, takes 2 steps towards me, and goes, "Is that a threat?" Now she's expecting, see, she's playing the fucking card game. Oh, I see what we're doing here. And I looked up at her again and I said, "Well, yeah, it is. Because it fucking was." And she's like, "Okay, this is done. This is done. You can go and blah, 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 and go see the front nurse and stuff." It's like, okay. And she walked out. Fair enough. Fair enough. So we get up. We walk to the checkout. And we start to make our appointment for the blood pressure cuff thing to come in and see. And they're like, "Oh, they're going to have to call you back because the nurses do that, not the doctors. And I just make appointments for the doctors here. The nurses do that, so we're going to have them give you a call." I'm like, "Okay, no problem. No problem. Thank you. That's it. Yeah, okay, fine. Bye." Left. We weren't assholes. We just, okay, and off we go. We get out the front door, and I get halfway to my truck. And a little gal comes out. And she comes up to me because we're walking slow. And she's like, "Yeah, I heard what was going on in there." I said, "Did you?" And she goes, "Yeah." And she's like, "Can I talk to you?" And I'm like, "Who are you?" And she goes, "I'm so-and-so." I'm not going to list her name. Let me get this out of the way. This is Pennacook Family Physicians in Pennacook, New Hampshire. Pennacook Family Physicians in Pennacook, New Hampshire. We have been using their services for at least 30 years. Okay? They got a new bunch of staff in since COVID. They got a new bunch of staff. The good doctor left, the one that handled most of our stuff and up into our youngers. Her name was Michelle. Her kids grew up, and her husband is a doctor as well, and he'd retired. And since her kids finally graduated and she had none left in the house, they decided they wanted to move to Florida. So they moved to Florida about 3 years ago. And she set up practice down there. So she's a practicing doctor down in Florida, having a great time. Wonderful. We got another one, Zoe was the next primary care physician, and she treated the missus well, and that was good. Not as good as Michelle, but she did good. And then Zoe left. And Zoe left because she didn't like working at Pennacook Family Physicians. Tells you something. Okay, so the doctor that saw us today was not her PCP, according to the chart. And we'd only seen that doctor once. And that was for the last one. And she was an idiot. I've told you about this. She was the one that was wearing the face mask when it wasn't needed, and it wasn't even during COVID. It's like, no, you're not sick. I'm not sick. Why can we see your face? Well, I deal with other patients that are elderly, and it's like, good, then put your mask on then. You don't need it here. You're not helping them by wearing it in front of us. So again, and she refused to. She's a fucking retard. So I explained what happened. And the little gal then got all, "Well, you can't be threatening our staff and our doctors." I said, "What?" She goes, "You threatened them." I said, "Threatened her." I said, "Well, yeah, but not a threat's not a threat's not a threat. It's not a physical threat." "Well, you can't threaten at all." She got caught up in threat. See, this is little gal syndrome. They use things like, "I was afraid and a threat was made." I'm a former police officer. I know how it fucking works. Seen that work time and time again. Little gal will do shit, fucking lose her mind. And a guy stands up for himself, and then she'll call the cops and claim that she felt scared. Or you see that all the time, too. You're walking on the street, and some woman's being a complete bitch. And you stand up to her, and then she calls the police and said, "Well, I was scared." No, you weren't, because if you're scared, you don't act like that. You don't act like, you're just using them words now to get the police officers and others around you to get on your side when you were the fault. That shit pisses me off. And she was playing those games. Well, it fucking escalated again. Then another gal comes out. Another little gal comes out. listens to it, and shit's getting escalated again. And she goes, well, I don't think that we're getting anywhere. And I looked at her, I said, I fully agree. I fully agree. So I think it's over. And the other gal, who was the office manager, decided she was going to fucking escalate it again. Well, shit went downhill again. She also said, yeah, I heard you just got up and left. And I said, see, now there's another thing. Lies. We didn't just get up and leave. Because she's like, that's just going to make it last even longer, your process, because you just got up and left. And it's like, we didn't just get up and left. We were told it was done and over. So we got up and we went to the checkout, squared it away there, and then left. That's not us just getting it. See the games they're fucking playing. So we're pretty pissed off. And we get, and we're thinking, there's no way that they're going to see us anymore, because it isn't us. It's not just my missus. It's us, because she doesn't go there with anybody but me, and she got treated like shit, and I got treated like shit. So if that particular office thought that she was going to keep coming back, they've got another thing coming. Plus, we thought it was done. So we get home, and the missus is in tears. It's like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? So it's okay. The process is maybe at most delayed. We got it rolling. We're going to find you a different PCP. It's like, okay. Didn't do anything that night. The next day, which was today, in the morning, amongst her stuff, she had done research last night, but during the day today, she called a local PCP about 3 minutes from us. Explained the situation to them. Also mentioned she doesn't like medication, so she doesn't want to deal with a doctor that's going to just instantly push medication. Okay, not a problem. We'd love to have you. Dr. So-and-so. He's a good guy. He got room for you. Love to have you. Fantastic. The missus is like, oh, this is so great. We can just pick up and just continue on with what we're supposed to be doing. Because again, keep in mind, we'd already been through this. It shouldn't have went this way. There was no reason for it to go this way. But little gal's flexing. So, we're like, that's great. They sent over the request, the patient transfer request, so that now the missus has a new doctor. It's fairly simple. They send over and say, hey, we've got authorization. Transfer the patient to Dr. Smith. His name isn't Dr. Smith, but transfer, and it's fine. Well, the missus gets a call in the afternoon. And it's the manager from Pennacook Family Physicians. So the missus answers the phone. Hey. She doesn't say hey. I say hey. Hello. And the gal on the phone is like, I hope your day is going better than it did yesterday. Okay, fair enough. You're gonna pretend that this shit never happened. Oh, it fucking happened. I'm calling to let you know that I am not approving the transfer to the new doctor. You're fucking what? Yeah, you heard that right. She was not going to approve the transfer to the other doctor. And we're like, why not? Well, because the issue that you had with that doctor wasn't really your primary care physician. So we're gonna deal with things, and we're gonna carry on. And then she goes, and we've got some internal things that have to be taken care of, and there's the issue of the threat. Oh, fuck no. You can, as a patient, transfer to any doctor at any fucking time for any reason. The only stipulation is you can't be in the middle of a surgery. You know what I mean? Let's say you had 4 surgeries that you had to get done, and you got 2 of them done, and then you got uncomfortable with that surgeon. You can request and move to a different surgeon, and if they've got time, they can do it for you. They can't stop you. They can't prevent you from going to a different doctor, different surgeon, different whatever. They can't do it. It's illegal. They can't do it. They don't own you as a patient. So we're like, you are fucking full of shit. So I raised my voice so that she could hear me on the phone, and I said, "No, you're going to transfer her over there." And you think they would? If we're such a problem, why don't you just transfer us? Let her go to a different doctor. Nope. She was going to keep her as a patient there. Was not going to transfer it. And we're like, okay, there's problems right now. Said, I tell you what. You go ahead, and I said it loud enough so she could hear it on the phone. I said, you go ahead and call the Concord Police Department right now, since they handle Pennacook. I was pretty sure they did. I said, you call the Concord Police Department, and you have them send an officer or 2, because I'm on my way. And she goes, is that another threat? And I'm like, I'm telling you I'm coming. You get the Concord Police Department there to meet me there. So, yeah, I went up and I put on some clothes because I was in sweats because I've been working with other shit today. I put on the clothes that I got now, and I come downstairs and I get on the phone. I call the Concord Police Department. And I said, hey, do you guys handle Pennacook? They're like, yes, we do. I said, hey, I need you to send a couple officers to the Pennacook family physicians because I am going to take a visit there and I'm going to talk to them. And she's like, hold on. She got with dispatch. She's like, oh, yeah, there's a couple officers already assigned to that and then she goes, is this so-and-so? I said, yeah. Yeah, how'd you know? I didn't tell you my name. And they're like, oh, yeah, the office called here. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll bet you they did. I told them to anyways, but I'll bet you they did. So I know the drill now. See, they got the first say. That poisons the well. They got the first say. I'm like, no problem. I said, okay. Well, can I go down there? And she goes, yeah. What are you driving? I said, yeah. I said, you've got to tell them. She's like, I don't know. It's like, no, I've got a black Dodge Ram. And I'm armed. I said, I'm not saying this as a threat. I'm saying it as a courtesy to the officer so they know I am armed. Okay. She didn't relay that to them, but she's like, oh, you haven't even left yet? It's like, no, I haven't left yet. So like, okay, you stay there. So it's like what they're going to do is they're going to call me. Okay. Okay. So they sent officers down to the Pennacook family physicians, and they talked with them about it. And then the officer gives me a call. Say, hey, John. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna, and he's serious. I'm gonna start this out. I'm just gonna be straightforward with you. They are trespassing you from their facility, and because of your behavior on it, it's like, stop. Said stop. I said, you cannot tell me one bit about my behavior unless you've heard my side of the story. Then you can tell me about my behavior. Until then, you're just taking their word on it. He's like, well, that's true. So he says, go ahead, tell me what happened. So I told him what happened. And then there was a pause. And I said, so see, no actionable threat. And he goes, no, you're right. You're right. There was no actionable threat. Well, come to find out, he said even later, he goes, yeah, they said they were not going to pursue this legally. And he told them the Concord Police Department's not going to do anything about it. And I said, right, because it's not actionable. He's like, you're right. It's not, right. So it's like simply saying threat is not enough. And I've gone over that on the show, and people think that just making a threat doesn't matter. Number one, threats are not threats. The term itself is not a blanket, but that's the same thing as I felt scared. They use this as a blanket. He made a threat. Yeah, I made a threat. And I told the little gal, well, if you think that that is a serious bona fide physical threat, good luck with your candy ass life. Because people make threats every day of their life. Threaten to talk to a manager, threaten to escalate the situation, threaten to take somebody to court. Happens all the time. Threaten to tell mom, threaten to tell your spouse, threaten to, you know what I mean? Those are all threats. Simply saying it was a threat. Oh my God, it was a threat. So he goes, well, they're allowed to legally trespass you for anything. I said, no, I get it. That's fine. I have no problem with that. The only things that they can't legally trespass me for is my ethnicity or religion and stuff like that. And he's like, right. I said, right. So anything, just about virtually anything, you can trespass anybody from your establishment. So that's not a problem. He's like, yeah, you're right. And then he goes, but I do have to tell you. He says, that means that you're not welcome on their property and or at the facility or in the building or anything like that. Can't even go into the parking lot. Can't drop your wife off. Can't do anything like this. I'm like, yeah, I get it. And he goes, and if you do, you can be arrested for criminal trespass. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. And he goes, and even if you show up, but then you leave before we get there, if there's video of it or other corroborating things that say that you were there, we can put a warrant out. We put a warrant out for your arrest and we can get you. I said, yeah, I know. That's how it's done. I said, let me stop right. And this is, we're near the end of it. I said, I'm a former police officer. He's like, oh, it's like the light went off. Yeah, no shit. He fucking knew everything that was. Yeah. I said, and the only reason I had them call you is so that you were there to make sure that they didn't lie about anything that I said. And he goes, yeah, you called for a neutral third-party witness. I said, right. And what's the best one you can get? A fucking police officer. Because nobody's going to doubt what they said. He's like, yeah. Hey, Peggy, welcome to the show. You missed everything. Judy missed shit, too. You're going to, Peggy, anybody coming in late, you're going to have to come back later and listen to the show from the beginning. It's very important. So the police officer said, yeah, I get it. And I'm like, hey, I said, do I need to come in for something? You know, because sometimes you have to sign it. If they serve it to you, you got to sign it. But I think due to COVID, they changed a lot of the stuff. Judy says I'm here, but I missed a lot, apparently. Yeah, watch it from the beginning again. If you didn't hear from when I first said years ago, the missus had cataract surgery. If you didn't hear that, you need to listen to it from the beginning. Okay. What was I saying? But yeah, neutral third. I didn't have to come in. He's like, no, you don't have to come in. And again, so his tone of voice when he first started the conversation and the tone of voice after I told him what happened totally changed. And I knew it would. It's like, you can't go off of what one party said, especially, no offense, females. You can't do it. Trust all females? No. Females are notorious to lie. Children and females lie. They lie more than males do. Why? Because it's a natural instinct. That's how they have leverage. That's how they do shit. And I've discussed this shit and written articles about it. It's so as a police officer, you have to know that anyways. Trust but verify. Do not trust. Always verify. Do not dismiss. There's a difference between not trusting and dismissing. Do not dismiss, but do not trust and verify. Listen, verify. Well, hold on, Laurel. Laurel says, so I guess they're going to have to transfer those records. Okay. And the officer's like, and then he told me, okay, so you're being trespassed from this location. I guess it's forever. And that's fine. I'm like, okay. And then we get off the phone. So I don't need to go. It's like it's on file. I don't need to go pick it up. If I need to pick it up, it's on file. He said most people nowadays, they don't even come to get their orders. They just, okay, it's on record. That's fine. So the missus asked me, but what about the Concord Hospital and stuff? Because they're all in the same network. It's all part of the Concord Hospital system. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So I called back the police department and said, hey, can you have that officer give me a call back? And they're like, hold on. They didn't have him call me back. They just transferred me to his phone. I'm like, okay. I'm like, hey, I forgot to ask. I need to verify. That's just that location. It's not the other office. It's not that. He's like, oh, crap. Yeah, I should have. No, to my knowledge, that's not how this is done. I said, good, because I just didn't want to step into a legal landmine of going someplace and going, hey, you're trespassed from this entire network. And he goes, no, that's not usually how it's done, but good question. It's like, yeah. Again, not my first rodeo, and been there, done that. I used to be an officer. I understand how these things work. So, okay, we ended up that. Well, now I told you my end. Let me tell you the missus's end. While this is going on, I'm handling the police. She calls her new doctor and talks to their office and explains what's happening. And they're like, what? No. And they were like, hell, just being 3 minutes down the road is a valid reason to switch. But even at that, you don't even need a valid reason. So they were just holding her case and her patient status as a bullshit hostage move, and they can't do that shit. So the new doctor's office is escalating it now within the system. Now, I'm going to push it even farther. I'm going to make sure that some shit happens to them, because nothing can happen to me legally. Nothing that I did broke any laws. Nothing I did broke any laws. Like I said, let's play this out. I'm not a fucking idiot. I don't look at if I look at my hand and it ain't right, I ain't playing the hand. But if we're going to play the hand, I go, okay, let's go. More so since I drew the fucking cards? No. So I'm going to escalate it even further. So we're waiting. We should hear maybe by the end of the week, maybe not, but probably next week we'll be hearing how that transfer of the stuff went. So at worst right now, it looks like we're just delayed. You know, they push things back, and that's fine. It's a pain in the ass. It's stupid. And the missus ended up puking today. She was not in a good way, because she's all worked up over it. Sally gave me shit. That's Gus's wife. Because she's like, hey, John, how's your blood pressure? She asked me the other night, too. How's your blood pressure? It's like, fuck you, Sally. But the missus checked my blood pressure last night. It was high. It was like 178 over something or other. You know, it wasn't over 200. So it was high, but it wasn't stupid high. You know, but imagine that. But yeah, so that's never heard of a doctor's office holding a patient account hostage. No, I am not going to approve the transfer. You don't have the fucking authority to approve the transfer. The only way you can not prove the transfer is if you know that it's an illegal transfer. In other words, we didn't request it, and where it's going, it shouldn't go there. Other than that, if it's within network, which it was, and even if it wasn't, like let's say we're moving to fucking Arizona in the middle of this process. I am sorry, I can't. I am going to deny the transfer to your new doctor in Arizona. The fuck you are. So needless to say, I was pissed off. So the whole thing is like, yeah, you call the police. You have Concord send a couple officers. Meet me outside Pennacook Family Physicians, and we're gonna have a discussion. Now, the police can't do anything about the patient status. And I knew that they couldn't. But, yeah. So, add on top of that, and all the fucking retards that I've dealt with for the past couple days, and then some, not a good mood. Not a good mood. So, put that into context, and then how I handled people online today, I think I did pretty damn well. And if folks want to not follow me, Laurel says a lawyer can. No, and we can too. See, because I can call the medical association. Oh, guess who licenses doctors in states? the medical association. Guess who takes care of disciplinary action with problems? Oh, the medical association. Like I told the officer, I said, the only person that has any sort of legal actionable stuff in this is me against them. And he's like, you're right. It's like, yeah. And they think that they had the upper hand. They think they got as soon as you walk in there, they think that your autonomy is gone. They own you. Nope. Even if you go to a hospital for surgery, they don't own you. They found that shit out in the past too. They love to keep you there longer than they think that you should be there. Same way was when our youngest was born. We'd already been there for 3 fucking days. So the missus had the little one, and she was fine. She just wanted to get home. No. We need to hear for the weekend. I don't fucking think so. Are my vitals okay? Is the little one okay? Is everything fine? Yes. Done deal. I'm fucking leaving. Well, we got to make sure. No. You get your paperwork ready. We're leaving. We'll give you. It was just afternoon and we were out of there. It's like, no. They don't own you. People think the schools are doing the same thing. The people think the schools have authority over their kids and your family. That they don't have it. Simply because people allow them, it doesn't mean they have it. Doctors are the same way. They work for you. And I said that in this sense. You're doing a service for us. We're not yours. You're doing a service for us. We're paying for this. They hate hearing that, but it's the truth. You're not a fucking God. Half the shit you say doesn't make any sense. And you think I'm a fucking retard? You haven't refuted a single. You just didn't like that I said it. You just didn't like that I said it. So you're going to try to flex. Same way as the gal standing up. 2 steps towards me. Is that a threat? Yeah. You picked the wrong fucking guy to bluff with. I don't play those games. Yeah. But we thought as soon as we left, we got a new doctor. It's like, it's done. We'll never have to deal with those jackwagons again. Nope. I'm refusing you son of a bitch. You're going to do what? Yeah. I may even force to have her job removed because what she did was unacceptable. They're lucky. They're lucky if their medical business doesn't get hit so hard that they can't fucking walk straight. And the only thing that they can fall back on is I made a threat. Explain the threat. Again, that shit ain't going to hold up. Oh, we made a threat. That's the same way on the phone. Oh, is that another threat? Call it what you fucking want. Get the police officers there. I'm on my way. And the missus didn't want me to go. She was very happy that the police had me stay at home. She did not want me to go. Laurel says I would definitely file complaints against them. That's so stupid. It's beyond stupid. That's criminal. Literally, that's criminal. You cannot stop the transfer of a patient from one doctor to another. You can't do that. They don't have the right. All that information that they have on the missus, it ain't theirs. It's hers. That's the problem with the new system. The new system can help out, but the old system used to be, you get done with a doctor, you take all of your you can go in and say, give me all my files. Give me all my files. And they give you the hard copy, and you walk them to your new fucking doctor, and you hand them your files. Because they're your files. They don't belong to the doctor's office. They're yours. Laura says, I never heard such a thing. Yeah, it's bullshit. Even, again, her new doctor's like, what? What? They're denying the transfer. What? Never heard of it. It's like, yeah, they can't do that. They can't do that. But they tried. Again, let me say this again for anyone who came. Pennacook Family Physicians in Pennacook, New Hampshire, just north of Concord. They're part of the Concord Medical, I don't know what they call it. It's a medical system. You've got two major systems in the area. You've got the Manchester medical system, and you've got the Concord medical system. And the Manchester system has like Elliott and a bunch of other offices that go along with it, and there's probably overlapping area. And then the Concord one has the Concord Hospital and doctors' offices and facilities in the general Concord area. Do I live in the Concord? I don't live in the Concord area anymore. Again, we used them for 30 years. We started using them when we lived in Pennacook. It takes us over 40 minutes to get there from where we live. We just kept going there because they had our shit. And we liked the physician assigned to my missus. It's that simple. And then we just stayed there because it was just, we didn't feel like finding another doctor. Even though we dealt with an idiot. It's like, whatever. So now we'll have a doctor 3 minutes down the road. Great. That already knows the situation. Doesn't have a problem with it. Doesn't push pills. Done. Just get our fucking files transferred because they're not theirs. They can't go, well, you didn't deal with the actual PCP and it doesn't fucking matter. We're in the middle of stuff. It doesn't matter. There was a patient that, right, even better, says Lord, right. Even fucking better. Just send it. Just go. Just send the files. They wanted to flex on me. Oh, so now she's going to have to come with somebody else. She ain't coming. The same way as every visit she had, I go in with her. It's not because I'm an over-controlling man. I'd be perfectly happy for most things and just sit out in the waiting room. I don't care. Do you know why I go in with her? Anyone want to make a guess why I go in with her? Any guesses? Trying to get y'all involved. Come on, let's hear some guesses. Laura says having two people listen is always better, and in intimidation, no intimidation. That's part of it. Yeah. I often catch stuff she doesn't catch. I am very detail oriented. So yes, it's that, and remember, she's nervous as hell in doctor's offices. I am her rock. So I can listen to what's going on. And she knows I ask questions that she might not think of because she's all worried. I ask questions. I will point out bullshit. So that's why she wants me in there. Helps keep her as calm as she can be. And I'm there for her. I look out after her best interest. It's that simple. It's not overbearing. It's not controlling. She can still do whatever the hell she wants to do. I just help lay out the landscape and help her make decisions on what's best. But it's on her. I'm there for her. Oh, goodness. What a fucking disaster. I mean, you can't make this shit up. It's like there's no way. If you were to just tell somebody off the top of their head that they'd be like, ain't no fucking way. Are you kidding me? A doctor didn't transfer. It's like, yeah. She said, and she kept saying it. I'm gonna. No, you need to come in and we'll work this out. No, because here you go. We can get another doctor. Nothing changed for us except for timelines. We're still paying the same amount of stuff. We have insurance. And it's pretty good, but we pay a lot. And we pay a lot out of pocket for everything as well. But we can pay somebody else. We didn't lose the service that we needed. You lost a patient and income. Laurel says they know you guys have the upper hand on this. Damn right. And they expect us to just fall for it as if we don't. No. We're your commodity. You're nothing fucking special. You think you're the only fucking doctor in the greater Concord area? And I don't even live in the greater Concord area anymore. I do, sort of. I'm on the line between the greater Concord area and the greater Manchester area. That's why my mailing address for the business is now in Manchester. Because I go, okay, I can drive into Concord, or I can drive to, it's technically Manchester, but it's really in Hooksett. It's at the very line. Basically, you move a couple feet and you're in Hooksett. So you're just barely into Manchester. So, I mean, so I could go either direction with services. And I got to drive to both of them, so it's not like it's, yeah, whatever. We just defaulted to Concord because we know Concord. We've lived in Manchester. We don't like Manchester. But we've lived in the greater Concord area. We lived in Pennacook for shit a while. So we're familiar. So we'll drive. Yeah, they've got nothing. If they had something, like I told them day one, yesterday, I said, if you think that there's actionable stuff concerning the threat, call the Concord Police Department right now. Just call them. We'll see what they have to say about this. We'll see. Well, we don't accept threats of any kind. You're full of shit. So this is the biggest pile of horse shit there is. You don't accept any threats? So if you're doing something and say, if you fucking hurt me, I'll hurt you back, you don't accept that. So it's a one-sided thing. You can do and say anything you fucking want, and the patients can't say anything. Oh, bullshit. We'll see how that fucking plays out. And now they're trying to keep deny the transfer from one doctor to another. The balls. I should ask, are you really a dude? Are you one of those transsexual people? You look like a gal, but you got, twigs and berries? Because your balls are massive. How the fuck do you walk? How do you walk? Those aren't breasts. Those are really your testicles. They pull them up and they put them in a bra. Your testicles are so big they look like tits. Fucking amazing. Absolutely amazing. They tried it with the wrong man. And they think my wife is just going to go along with this shit? You're full of shit. You are full of shit. So the missus, she called her sister and talked about it. And her sister's going through problems too. I don't know anybody that isn't going through problems. Even Gus is changing his doctor. He's lost confidence in his doctor. He's going to change to in the same thing. It's like, yeah, as long as the other doctor can fit you in the schedule. Laura says they don't know the missus, right? and like I keep saying, and Sally, she gave me shit about it. I'm special. I'm not like other people. I told Gus, I said, Gus, I'm like if you were to write a movie character, and I'm not just saying this. You folks that follow me for a while, if you were to write a movie character, it'd be me. Because real people aren't quite like that. They have a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I'm a character. You'd have to write me. That's like when Arnold was cast for Conan. They said if there wasn't an Arnold, we'd have to build an Arnold for that role. I'm saying if there wasn't a character that's the Whiskey Cowboy, they'd have to come up with one. They'd have to write it. So yeah. Laura says yes. Yeah. It's again, and I overanalyze everything. I think of everything. If I don't know, I say I don't know. I try to be analytical and put information out. That's why when I put out that article today that I put up there explaining what the judge was and what he wasn't, the amount of flack that I got, it's like, you're fucking retarded. You are a bunch of retards. I didn't deserve any of that. And some twat comes in and she writes, "Oh, you didn't expect that to happen. You're acting like it's like you weren't responsible for it and stuff." I wasn't. It was, but on another post. That was on the post about the First Lady. And then on that other post, some jackwagon comes in and said, oh, you're just trying to get on the bandwagon. What? I don't try to get on any bandwagon on any issues. I'm a social and political commentator, which means I talk about shit. And I tend to talk about shit that everybody is talking about. You think that fucking Nick Frieda, I always fuck up his name. You think that Nick isn't talking about the same shit that I was talking about? Sure he was. You think that Ben Shapiro isn't talking about the same shit and Matt Walsh and everybody else isn't talking about the same shit? We're all talking about the same shit. We're not jumping on a fucking bandwagon. Oh, you're taking other shit and other stuff and drifting. It's like, no, I posted my own content. I posted my content, gave my commentary on it, and somebody came in and they brought up about having her removed. I didn't glean that off of somebody else's shit. That was posted on my shit. So I said, okay, since everybody doesn't read everything, every commentary I put up there or all comments in it, I'm going to take this and make a brand new bit of commentary on this specific issue. So I did. That's not me fucking taking other people's shit. It's all mine. And that's what they all do. Every social and political commentator out there, they're going to talk about the same shits. Same shit. And then you can choose what commentator you trust, that you like the style of. A lot of times it's style. Do they? Again, I've said this about the missus. She doesn't like Ben Shapiro and she doesn't like Jordan Peterson. Not because she disagrees with them. Their style doesn't suit her. She does, however, think that Matt Walsh is fine. Why? He has a different style. Matt Walsh is my son. I was laughing. He's about to say something and I'll say it before he says it. Or I'll say it and then 5 minutes later he'll say what I said. Damn near word for word. So that's why I get a kick out. Somebody asked me the other day what I thought of Matt Walsh. It's like, hey, he's my son. He's not right on everything, but he's like, I am his spirit animal. he's like my son. But yeah, that's what social and political commentators do. It's not a personal page. It's not John Smith. It's the Whiskey Cowboy. Who starts a fucking page, the Whiskey Cowboy, and gets it monetized? Oh, some other bitch came on the other day. She pissed me off. Oh, she's like, this woman comes in here. Check this out. And it was on the first lady's post, but then I went into that I'm monetized and how much money I make because people tried to shame me for being monetized. And it's like, no. Okay, is everything still running? Yeah, it's moving. They tried to shame me, and I always love it when people try to shame me for being monetized. But I'm not going to tell people what my income is because it isn't anything. It's none of their fucking business. But to try to shame me, most business pages that have any following get monetized. But this person, here you go, and even the missus said, that's bullshit. No, she's not. The woman said, oh, I post stuff up online, and you got to expect this stuff, and blah, blah, blah. No, you don't. No, you don't. Simply being monetized doesn't mean that you're a verbal punching bag for everybody. You don't expect it, and you don't have to put up with it. Nope. And then she goes, and I certainly wouldn't do it for 10 years. And she's like, yeah, I've had this page for 2 months, and I'm monetized. And it's like, no, you fucking didn't. No, you fucking didn't. I went to look at the page count. Oh, and I do it for education purposes. Also, there's a big fucking difference. You posting up nice educational things is not the same as a social and political commentator. And there's a lot of pages out there that do it, and they don't even make their own stuff. I make my own stuff. But, and then she, I'm monetizing. It's like, and I'm like, no, you're fucking not. To be monetized on Facebook, you've got to be there. You've got to be an established page. In other words, you ain't there for 2 months, and you have to have a minimum amount of people. I think at one point it was like over 10,000 people. Then they dropped. I think it's like 5,000. Let's see. Let's see what it's like right now. Facebook page. You generally need at least 10,000 followers and 600,000 total minutes viewed in the last 60 days across all videos and everything else. Videos, posts, and so on. 10,000 followers and 600 total minutes in videos. Let's see here. Ad streams, you need for an ad stream, and that's different. You need 500 followers for 30 consecutive days with regular, and you need at least, oh no, ad streams is 10,000 followers and 600 total. Let's go here, because last time I'd seen, I think it was 5,000 before you could get. Get out of here. Oh, to earn money from stars. So it's different too. You need at least 500 followers for at least 30 consecutive days. That's to earn stars. That's to earn fucking stars. It's not working. What the fuck? Yeah, so she had under 200 followers and she just put her page up 2 months ago. She's not monetized. She's not fucking monetized. So it was somebody that probably trying to draw attention to her own account and tried to piss on me at the same time. It's like, you're not fucking monetized. It's not how it fucking works. That's like I told you, the people that are verified, you have to pay for that. It's not simply verifying who you are. You pay for that. And Facebook promotes verified accounts. You are paying for them to help promote your content. That's what the verification is. So every time you see that, no, it's not that there's something special. I could be verified, but I'd have to pay for it. And I'm not going to pay to be verified when I've been on there for a fucking decade. Everybody knows who the hell I am. We got a follower drop. Is everybody still listening to this? Is everything fine? I haven't got any stream health. It says it's excellent. But yeah. Laura says that, and Juice says yes. Okay, good, thanks. But yeah, I'm monetized too. You're fucking not. It took me, do you know how long it fucking took me to get monetized? 9 years. It took me 9 years to get monetized. Because you have to have certain criteria, and they were banning me. You can't have any violations. You've got to have a certain amount of audience members or followers for a certain amount of time. And not only that, you have to not just they have to actually imbibe your content. It has to be seen. It's not like, oh, gee, and it's none. It's like, okay. That's the same way as, my other accounts add to my things. Like I looked at my Road Apple Media and the other one. I pull up the stats, but nothing gets seen enough. And then you stop and say, what a lot of people don't realize is you don't make very much money. You need to have high visitor counts. You need to have high visuals. Let's take a look at this. I'll just give you a good example here. Okay. The shit one, the post today about the judge. Okay, I've got 636 emojis, 151 comments, 139 shares. Okay, that's not bad. I used to have in the thousands. I'm getting fucked. But okay, let's take a look at that. See the insights. It's been viewed 28,123 times. Okay, because that all goes for it. And you heard the other stats. I have made $2.71 off of that. That's it. That's why when I go to other people's pages, and I know they're monetized, I can tell roughly how much money they're making. Why? Because I know how much money it takes to do, and how much money you get paid for any given thing. I know because I'm fucking monetized. Okay, let's see here. Hold on here. Right, because the guys, and this was a good one. This says, he said, "Well, I read your entire post, and thank you for informing me. I know more now of how the system works. He is simply the lapdog for those that give him the job, and he is following his master orders, correct?" And I'm right. It said, to a certain degree, he can do things on his own, but if he's not in good graces, he can be removed or not given cases. And he can be used just for administrative things. And that's not what he wants to do, because then he would truly be working just like a clerk. And these magistrate judges, they get hard-ons for sitting behind the bench, because that's really what they want to do. And I'm not faulting it, but that's just what it is. It is what it is, and it isn't what it isn't. They go, well, would you? Yeah, I would be a magistrate judge. I got no problem being a magistrate judge. I'd probably be a damn good one. But at this point, no. But yeah, I don't have a problem with the position. I understand why it's there. It frees up the other judges to do the quote unquote more important stuff. I get it. That's fine. That's fine. So I wasn't dissing him, and I wasn't pissing on him. I'm just saying he is what he is, and he isn't what he isn't. He's a low-level judge, basic entry level, and he can only do certain things. That's just what it is. It's not an insult, and it's not downplaying anything. It's just what it is. But everybody else out there was fucking upplaying him. Like I said, he was appointed by Obama, and it's like, no, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. No. But yeah, this guy, Richard. Hey, Richard, thank you for the message. Yeah. And again, there's not everybody out there that puts out content is going to sit and answer every message that comes in. I do. Unless it's spam and a bot, I just get rid of them. But if it's a valid question, or yeah, I answer them all. I answer them all, and I do it as fast as I can, without giving out wrong information. But yeah, so these magistrate judges, they rely upon. Think of like chief of police. A chief of police relies upon being in the good graces of the mayor. These magistrate judges rely upon being in the good graces of the judges that voted to have them take that position, and then they work for them. So yeah, they're basically the lapdogs. Yeah, because their job security depends upon towing the line. Now, that doesn't mean that he said that because he is a lapdog. That's why he said what he said. I think he said it because he's a fucking liberal fuck. That's why I think he said it. And they voted him because all the majority of the judges in that circuit were appointed by Obama. So they're all liberal judges. So birds of a feather. Birds of a feather. Yipper skipper. And again, you go to any of the other pages. Go to the Hodge twins, or that's, if anyone goes to the Hodge twins page or Ben Shapiro or any of those on social media and they think that they're actually interacting with that personality, they're fooling themselves. You're not. You're dealing with a staff. This is the rough stuff, and the staff builds it and puts it out there. My page is me. When messages come in, it's me. It's me. Lord Almighty. Great googly moogly. But yeah. My throat's hurting me. Combination of being worked up today, talking too much, and allergies. Better stop raining tomorrow. I want to mow my lawn. I want to mow my lawn. I do want to mow my lawn. And it's warm enough. I'm getting ready to go canoeing. But I'll go in the middle of the week. I ain't going to go on the weekend. Weekends for the missus. So if we go to the lake and I play the guitar for her, or if I, take her for rides, that's all. That's the missus. The weekends belong to her. They're hers. Friday night from 2:30 on, Friday night, 2:30 in the afternoon, until 8 o'clock Sunday evening is hers. It's hers. 8 o'clock, I do my show. And then during the week, that's when I do what I need to do. So that if I'm going to go canoeing, I'll pick a day in the middle of the week and I'll go canoeing when she's working. Because she can't come canoeing with me anyways. She can't, even if I had the other canoe, it's her knees are kind of hurting her. So she can't climb in and out of a tippy canoe. And I get it. Certainly not my canoe. Well, my canoe is a solo, but not the Lincoln 2-seater. There's no way she could. But yeah, so I'll pick a day sometime in the week and go canoeing. Yes, I'll bring my fucking video camera for you people. I'll bring the GoPro. Is that okay, Judy? Judy, did you hear that? I'll bring my GoPro. She's the one that yells the loudest about it. I know. Laurel's the second. Laurel says, I've seen those videos of people that tip over. Yeah, people have done it. Judy goes, yes, please. Yeah. Judy's the first loudest, and then Laurel behind her. Is the two people that yell, yeah, get the videos. Okay, I'll bring my GoPro. Now, yeah. Hey, I've been canoeing since I was, under 6 years old. Can anybody here guess? Guess. How many times have I tipped over in a canoe? Give me a guess. How many times has the cowboy tipped over in a canoe? Laurel says 3. It's a good guess. Anybody else? I brought a buddy out canoeing once. Judy says 5 times lifetime. 5 times lifetime. I brought a buddy out once and he got in the canoe. First time he stepped in it, fucking flipped that fucker over. Oh, goodness. Any other guesses? Any other guesses of how many times I have flipped the canoe? Any canoe? In my lifetime. It's been a couple minutes. Laurel says 3. Good guess. Judy says 5, lifetime. And of course it was lifetime. Yeah, good guess. Anybody else? How many times the cowboy has flipped over a canoe? Peggy says 2. Good guess. Good guess. Anybody else? No. See, I'm hoping I'm not going to jinx myself. 0. Never. I have never taken a spill. Never flipped a canoe. Ever. Always wear a life vest, though. I always wear a life vest. But I have never flipped a canoe. Never taken a drink. Never did the old splasheroonie. Never did the roll. Laurel says, this will be your year. Fuck, it is. No, I've come close. I've come close. The closest was when I got my new solo canoe. That was the closest I'd come to flipping it. It's with my new canoe. I've got very good balance, and I'm very good at what I do. Yet, again, I haven't found stuff that I really couldn't figure out how to do and do it well. I've just got a natural balance and natural ability to do a lot of things, and canoeing is one of them. Great balance. I can use primary and secondary stability well. This canoe doesn't have secondary is okay, no primary. My solo canoe has no primary stability. Okay, primary stability in a canoe or a kayak is when it's laying flat in the water. That's primary. When you're sitting upright, that's your primary stability. And how easy it rocks is how solid that primary stability is. Your secondary is on edge. When you see them roll to the side, and they can stay, and there's a secondary, even if you don't see it on the canoe or the kayak, there's a secondary edge. It'll tell you where it is. It's usually about let me see here. It's usually about like this. So your primary is here on the flat, and you tip the canoe over on its side. It's usually right about here as your secondary. This canoe has a secondary, but it's tricky. Virtually no primary. Virtually no primary. Now, that said, she's super narrow and she's shaped super slick. Now, why? That makes her go fast. It's a fast canoe. It's a fast canoe, but she tippy. The first time, my very first time out in the canoe, and this was too. I said, okay, I'm going to try kneeling. So I had the seat put up on the high thing, so it's almost at the top edge of the canoe. Because that's where I like it. With there, but just a little bit lower. That's how I like it on a wide canoe. So it gives me plenty of leg room. I didn't want to sit too low into it. I took that out. Holy shit! I almost drank that day. That's the day I lost my cell phone. I didn't have it tethered. And I get out there in the wind, and that canoe was tippy, and I'm trying to turn it around. I couldn't get through a certain area. And I turned it around, and I tipped like that. I wiggled like that, and my phone fell into the lake, and down it goes. It's like, oh, you son of a mother. Yeah, oops. I was so mad. I showed back. I showed back up at home. I hadn't called the missus. I just showed up. Well, I couldn't call the missus. I didn't have a cell phone anymore. And she's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. Didn't have a good time. I did not have a good time. And I usually have a good time out on the water. So I did not have a good time. I said, yeah, I almost flipped it. That's the one and only time, that one day. Because I'm a tall guy and I'm a heavy guy. And I was way up high. Well, and then put yourself in a tippy canoe? Oh, fuck no. So I called the local company that I bought the canoe from, and I'm like, hey, do you got a drop seat? It was it was the seat it originally had. I had them put a taller seat because I thought I was going to kneel, and I'm like, oh, this shit ain't fucking working. No, when I was younger, I used to kneel in a wider canoe, but I'd go about middle of the canoe and I'd run it on secondary. I'd run it out of the edge. It ain't happening on this canoe. She too slick and too wobbly, too wiggly, too wiggly. She's tippy. So yeah. I went and I picked it. So I paid another, I think, $35-$40 for the drop seat that was on it to begin with. And I brought it home and I replaced the seats, and I'm like, yeah, I think this is going to work. And it works perfect. And then I put you've seen my seat back. I got a seat back that I put on it. Awesome chair. It allows me to relax and lean back a little bit when I'm not paddling. And when I'm paddling, I just sit up straight and I'm not touching the back, and I can paddle as if the seat's not there. So it's just awesome. But yeah, I called the cell phone company. I'm like, hey, Neptune's got myself. Neptune's, or not Neptune, I call it Aquaman. I said, Aquaman's got my cell phone. And he's like, what? So yeah, I was out in my canoe out on the lake. Whoop, there it goes. And it was one of those, your life goes into slow motion, because it was like, whoa, and I saw it leave, oh no, and it hit the water, and then you watch it do this all the way down until it leaves, until you can't see it anymore. I was like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. I did not have a good day. It was the first day of the year for me going out canoeing with a brand new canoe. And I lose my cell phone. And they're like, okay, let me check your account. Hey, you're still under warranty. All you got to do is you got to come in and sign that you've lost it and say what happened. And so I got a new cell phone. So it's like, I think I had a minimal payment or some shit like that, but it wasn't very much. It was not the cost of a new cell phone. Nowhere close. And I'm like, whew, yeah. So guess what? John went and got one of those nice cases. It's nice cases. And it seals, and and it's airtight, and you can see through it, and it's got a lanyard on it. So I lanyard that fucker to the inside of my canoe. Done. Not doing that again. Nope. Not doing it. So every time I ask, do you got a lanyard for that cell phone? Because you think you're not gonna. Yeah, you're gonna do it. It's not a question of if. It's a question of when. You put it in the bag. Put a lanyard on it, and you'll be happy. But yeah, my canoe. She's tippy, but she's fast. She's fast. My daughter found that shit out. And she got a kayak, and she goes, and she was moving along. It's like, yeah, she thinks she's doing okay for a little bit. And Dad's keeping up with her. And then where the fuck's Dad going? Because I'm still going. And I'm just paddling one paddle, one side, one paddle. It's a fast canoe. I can keep up with recreational kayaks. I couldn't keep up with a sea kayak. Those are another beast unto themselves. But a recreational kayak, yeah, I can keep up with those. Where'd everybody go? Where'd everybody go? Man, the top of my foot is killing me. You know, where the bends the joint like this. It's this part of this. Let's see here. It's this part, you know, like here. Just fucking the camera like this. This part right here. But on my left foot, it's just throbbing. It is throbbing. It's probably the weather. That's the very end of one of the sciatic things. It's like, it's just freaking bastard. And to the age now where it's like, I can't. Yeah, well, I'm wearing these boots. These are my standard walk arounds. My other boots, I went up a half size more. They fit me much nicer. These will fit me fine till my feet start swelling, and then it's a bitch getting them off. So, yeah, she's throbbing hood. Throbbing hood. Where is everybody? Oh, now we got the numbers coming back. Welcome back, people. Welcome back, Cotter. Welcome back. Welcome back. So yeah, it's been an interesting show. Laurel says getting older has its issues. Thank you for saying older. I hate it when people say getting old. No, it's We get older. So I'm not old. I'm getting older. It does. It does. And years of wear and tear. You try to warn the young folks. It's like, yeah, you're heading for problems. You're heading for problems. My hips are out of alignment a little bit. Got some lower back twisty from carrying a service pistol on my hip for almost 50 years. So it'll do it for you. It'll do it for you. It'll do it for you. But yeah, allergies each year gets worse. I didn't start getting migraines until I was like dang near 50. Laurel said, I had a teenager ask me how it feels being my age. She wasn't being a smartass. I told them that my brain thinks I'm in my 30s and my body laughs. Yeah. We've talked about this on the show, where it's like you're thinking, it's like, yeah, I don't feel like I'm 10, like 20. I don't feel like I do when I was 20. I feel like I was 30, 35. That's my mental age, 30, 35. I don't feel like I'm 20. But I feel 30, 35, and I ain't, and my body goes, no. And there's some good days. There's some days some days you get less aches and pains, less pops in the joints. I thought that I had overworked my elbow. Remember I said I was overworking my elbow because I had pain in it. So I had been not working out for a while because I'd had other injuries, and then I was working elsewhere and I didn't have the time. And I'm going to get back into it, and that's fine. I'm going to be Mr. Buffman again. But I thought my right elbow, that I'd overworked it, and it's arthritis. Because the other day I'm like, what the hell? I went and I picked up my coffee mug. It's like, oh shit, what the fuck is happening there? What the hell? Oh, I know that pain. Yeah, it's arthritis in my elbow. You son of a mother. So I'll just have to keep that in mind. I might get a those braces, they're like spandex, but they're not. They're like super spandex. Athletes wear them and stuff like that. It keeps everything in line. I might get some of those for my elbows when I'm working out. I've already got some for my knees. I got some for my knees because I needed them for when my my left hip flexors and accompanying muscles went out on that side. Laurel says, hell, my left shoulder makes me realize my age. Arthritis and probably torn rotor cuff. Yeah. It's just years of shit. This is what gets me too, is like, I'll do something. It's like, okay, I'm lifting a bunch of shit and I'm moving around. I'm not having any fucking problems with it. It's like, okay, I'm taking care of it. And then like later that evening, you're like, holy, what the fuck? Somebody just ran me over. What the hell is this shit? It's like, oh, yeah, okay. There you go. We try to get up the next day, doing a bunch of squats. That'll get me too. Doing something, you're doing some work all day and you're just doing a bunch of squats that you don't normally do. And you're like, okay, yeah, your legs feel a little stiff, a little tired when you go to bed. And then you try to get up in the morning. You're like, holy fuck, I can't walk. I can't walk. So again, that's why I had the knee braces, and I had to do a lot of that shit when I was selling guns because, you know, up, down, up, down, up, down, walk here, walk there. So I got the knee braces, and it helped. And it kept the liquids down in the lower things. But then my feet started swelling. And it's like, what the fuck? Judy says, that's how I feel. It's like, yeah, welcome to my world. It's like, Jesus Christ. I'm going to feel this in the morning. Peggy says, yes, aging is no joke. After breaking my leg last year, I'm now dealing with a torn meniscus. Meniscus, did I say that right? She says, what the fuck? Meniscus. Yeah, it's and I don't heal. You all might go, oh, I don't heal like I used to. No, let me tell you how the cowboy used to heal. This is how the cowboy used to heal. I blew out a knee skiing in the Alps. I blew it out. I mean, I fucking tore that shit up. And I was back working. You know, it's just, yeah, I kind of limped around a bunch, but yeah. I used to heal super fast. Stuff that takes me months now, a week or two, I'm ready to go. Yeah, I do not heal like I used to. Laurel says, I used to be able to throw around 50-pound feed bags. Now, not a chance. There are bear huggers at the tailgate. Yeah, for me, 50 pounds, that's nothing for me. But what I do have to do, because I'm so tall, is I'll just take and just toss it up and I'll throw it on my shoulder. I can't toss it and let it land on my shoulder, free fall like I used to, and then throw another one up. Because if I don't, I'll tweak my back. Tweak my back, and that ain't no fun. Lifting it, I'll lift it and throw it. That ain't no fucking problem. But, yeah. Tossing it up fast and let it land wrong. No. I ain't 20 anymore. Peggy says, yes, it's the pad between the leg bones. Oh, okay. Thank you. See, I didn't even pretend I knew what that was. Now, when you tell me where it is, I know where it is. I'm not a freaking biologist. And I ain't broke that part yet. So it's the pad between the leg bones. Yeah. It's one thing or another. Or you know, it's like, okay, you think you hurt something down over here. And then the next day, your upper back muscle and shoulder, it's all out of tweaked. It's like, I didn't fucking do anything. I didn't do anything to that. What the hell? That ain't right. Welcome to aging. Yeah, it's like, oh. Like the old saying goes, yeah, when you're younger, you fall out of a tree, brush yourself off, and, you know, there you go, you run off. Now it's like, you sleep wrong, and it's like, oh my fucking God. Oh, would you hurt? Yeah, I slept wrong. I have no... Right, Laurel says sleep in the right... Yeah, see, there you go. We're in the same thing. Yeah, you just slept wrong, you wake up, and you're like, oh my God. Peggy says, please don't. It's no big deal. Break a leg, Peggy. It's like, no, don't do that. But yeah, it's always something. Some days are better than others. I very seldom. Sometimes I'll go a day and I don't think about something that's hurting. Something that's hurting. Other days, everything's hurting. I shouldn't complain. Gus is in a lot more pain than I'm in. Gus is in a lot of pain. He's doing better though. Just to let you folks know, he is doing better. He's off of his medicine, off his port. Now he's in oral antibiotics. He'll be on that like indefinitely. They didn't set a date, and they're going to try to have him go for a year and a half, and then check. They've got to draw fluid. They can't get fluid out yet. Nothing's worked and healed the way that it's supposed to yet. So they're going to wait a year and a half, see if they can draw some more fluid. He is getting up, and he walks with his walker and with a cane. He makes it out to the road and back. He's got a long driveway. I let him know, Gus, you let me know if you need something done, because he's got like rototilling and do stuff. He's got a bunch of people that can help him out. I get it, but... And he's like, John, I just hate watching other people do stuff that I need to get out and do it. I said, I get it, but hey, if you need something, you let me know. Laurel says, if I don't use my Life Pro vibration plate, my hips and back tighten up. I don't know what that is. Is that sort of like I loved the TENS unit. Oh man, I haven't used that in ages, but that thing worked really good. Is it sort of like that, but different? So what is the Pro vibration plate? I don't even know if I want to ask. What is it? Judy's laughing. But yeah, I love my TENS unit. I'd take it to work. I'd just look it up. Well, I don't believe she said that shit. Told me to look it up. Okay. Pro vibration plate. Oh, it's Oh, they're even using them. They're stepping on them. They're using them for exercise. They're using them for exercise. It's an exercise. It's a fitness plate that vibrates. Right? Is that what it is? No, I got it right here. See if we look right here. And turn it on. It's one of these things, right? Life Pro waiver. She goes, yes. Yes, and it's freaking awesome. It looks like a stepper plate, and it's got, does it have heat as well? This one shows red on it. Let's go to images. Yeah, see there, like this? And they've got different types. Oh, they got a power plate whole workout thing. Look at these right here. Oh, this one's got little bands on it. You know, those bandy bands. Oh, this one looks big. The other ones look smaller. Oh, this one here looks a little smaller than this one. Of course, you can never tell. These might not even be people on it. It could be damn fucking AI. And this one's bigger, and it's got the things. Yeah, so that I take it that works on the same principle. Motion is lotion. So as long as you do your workouts on it, Gus has some physical therapy stuff he has to do, and he says he's got some certain exercises that if he does them, that he's able to move pretty well for, you know, a bunch of hours, as long as he doesn't overdo himself, because you can overdo it. So is that what it is? You do a certain set of exercises with it, and that gets your hips and everything lubricated up and loosened, and then you can go about your day. Is that what it is? Yeah, see, we can do this. And even one guy, he's sitting on it, and he's doing, like, hip movements and stuff. It's pretty cool. I know when I was selling guns, or you can stand on it. It helps with circulation, too. Yeah, because it vibrates. Yeah, I do my flexing stuff. So I turn and twist, and then I do like the frog legs, and then try to push my damn. It's like frog legs. Like, think of the butterfly when you're sitting down but laying down. It's like a frog, and then push them down. You actually get a better stretch that way because it pushes them straight down. But when I do those, I'd be good for quite a while. That and using the TENS unit. Hey, if you folks ain't got the TENS units, get yourself one. They are awesome. They are awesome. But yeah, Gus, he's got his exercises that he does. And he is doing much better. Laurel says it can help speed healing. I love that TENS unit. Yeah, it loves it. Yeah, because it keeps the circulation going and activates your muscles, and they're really good. They are worth their weight in gold. They are worth their weight in gold. I was able to accept for little deep tissue massage. Oh my God! If you've never had deep tissue massage, don't do it unless you have to do it. That shit hurts. That hurts. Deep tissue massage hurts. You're somewhat better afterwards, but that and I think I had 4 or 5 chiropractor visits. So deep tissue massage and 4 or 5 chiropractor appointments, and then using my TENS unit and my own physical therapy. And again, this is the same thing. I told them this is what I'm doing, and they're like, yeah, that's what you should be doing. I'd tell you to do that. That's because he's like, yeah. Again, I ain't no dummy. Yeah, I've done physical therapy stuff before. I've done physical training before. I've taught physical training. I've got, so. Laurel says, give me a recovery or relaxation massage. Screw the deep tissue. Yeah, those are fine. Deep tissue, they fucking hurt. They find knots you didn't think are there. It's like, oh, shit. It's like, yeah, get a knot there. Yeah. I didn't know that. You got a knot there, and then they work on it. It hurts. It hurts. I mean, I manned up. I took it, but they hurt. Peggy says, glad to hear about Gus. I have reached my limit today, so good night all, and thank you, John. You're most welcome, Peggy. Thank you for joining the show. If you have not heard the show from the beginning, Peggy, I don't recall today's show. If there's any show that you want to hear from the beginning again, tonight's the show. Tonight's the show. And that goes for anybody that came in, halfway through the show or more. If there's a show that you're going to say later, I'll just listen to it from the beginning. It's the show, because you missed a lot of good stuff. You missed important stuff. Oh, you're welcome. And like I told the gals there at the doctor's office, I said, yeah, here's another threat. I'm making this shit public, and tonight I made it public. They're fucked. They are so screwed. Yeah, so you've got me trespassed. Yeah. Been there, done that. This is the third trespass I've gotten over the years. The first one was Joe King's in Concord. This is when I was doing street photography way back, and some gal started talking shit about me and lied to her boyfriend and went into Joe King's and started lying about me. And I had heard about it because somebody came up and told me, and I went into Joe King's and I confronted her about it and said she was full of shit. Well, a couple days later, the police, hey, John, yeah, were you at Joe King's the other day? Yes, I was. And I was sitting in another restaurant across the street when I was having a discussion with somebody else that was, and we were talking about street photography. It was just somebody that was out on the street, and we just went in there and sat down, had a cup of coffee or something. He's like, can we go outside? And there was about 8 officers. I'm like, oh shit. So yeah, they trespassed me. So I don't fucking care. The next one was Xfinity in Concord because they fucked with me, and then they ended up. And then after that was done, talk to management, corporate. Corporate was pissed. It's like, I am so sorry they treated you like that. I said, well, whatever. And they knew they were going to lose me as a customer. And they're like, no. No. So they rescinded the the trespass order, and they sent me a formal apology. Okay, fair enough. And then this third one was there at Pennacook Family Physicians. It's like, yeah, trespass orders don't bother me. They don't bother me. More so places I don't intend to fucking go anymore anyways. Those are just, they think they're flexing on their end. They're not flexing. When you trespass somebody that has no intention to ever going back there, it ain't a flex. You're just wasting everybody's fucking time. And the Concord PD knew it. They're like, yeah. It's like, yeah, don't worry about it. It's like, okay. He says, yeah, just don't contact him anymore. Just do a mutual, they don't talk to you and you don't talk to them. You don't go there. It's like, yeah, I had no plans. We're trying to go to a different fucking doctor. It's like, so. Laurel says, and then the bad karma will catch up to them. It will. Oh, yeah. And even like Joe King's, it was funny. The whole time we're doing, they sent like 8 officers. No, I get it. I'm a big guy. And I'm armed. So yeah. And the thing is, most of the officers knew me anyways from street shooting, but they all showed up and it's like, and it's all in there like, yeah, I don't shop there. They tell me this. Yeah, I don't go there. I went there once. It's like, man, and I said, I'm not going to go there because I don't shop there. They're way expensive for the stuff they have. They think they're a boutique sports shoes sales thing, but they're selling Walmart shoes for 20 times the price. It's like, yeah, I don't shop. And he's like, yeah, I don't shop there either. So again, yeah, these trespass orders, people think they're flexes. They're not flexes. They should really only be used. This is what gets me. They should only be used if there is a genuine issue. You don't do it for somebody that you know is not going to come back. But they did it on me because they thought the missus was going to come back and I'd bring her there. And they just didn't want it. They thought that they were playing something. They didn't. They're not playing. And then saying that they're not gonna transfer to another doctor. Oh, you fucked up. You fucked up. Well, it is what it is. But yeah. So again, anybody who caught the show late, halfway through or more, listen to it. Watch it and listen to it. Or you don't need to watch it. You can listen to it. Just put your earbuds in or something like that and listen to the show while it's playing. You'll find it very interesting. You'll go, what? That's no fucking way. Yahweh. That's God. Judy says, I'll go back to it. Oh yeah, you're going to like that, Judy. You're going to like the show. You think so, Laurel? Think she'll like the show? Unfreaking believable. Somebody, the missus was watching. She went and tried to find reviews for that place too, and she's like, "Yeah." And one lady's review was, "They were more interested in vital signs than they were the issues I went in to get to correct." So yeah, sounds about right. Sounds about right. Like a little gal goes, yeah, well, the doctor could lose her license. It's like, no, she can't. If the doctor clears the missus for surgery and something goes wrong, unless it's something that like heart, like let's say she's got heart problems and you cleared it. None of the reason, again, we've already been through this. She's already been cleared and nothing has changed since the last time she had cataract surgery. Nothing's changed. So she should be cleared. She's not going to get in trouble. Unless it's a blatant, like I said, oh, you cleared them, but you knew that they had heart disease or something like that, and they were prone to this, and you cleared them. Unless it's that, and something goes wrong, the doctor that cleared them is not in the fucking red for it. Laurel says it's freaking cataract surgery. Well, yeah, every surgery has risks, but one of the biggest risks for cataract surgery is number two. Number one, the surgery is going to go bad and you're just not going to be able to see anymore. And that's what we're trying to prevent because this is super thick. So the surgery is going to be extremely complicated this time. So the worst case scenario usually is like they just can't do it. And we don't want to let it go any further so it was not going to get any worse. But other than that, the other thing is it's not the surgery, it's healing afterwards. It's an infection afterwards. Those are the two biggest risks with cataract surgery because they don't put you under. It's not like she's having open heart surgery or freaking having a kidney removed or, you know what I mean? It's cataract surgery. All surgery has risks, but yeah, it's cataract surgery. So no, she can't lose her. She's not going to lose her license. No. Well, guess what? She might get a ding on her license for the bullshit that she fucking pulled. And we'll see what happens to their whole medical practice there. I'm going to see whether or not I can affect the manager's employment status. Because that's bullshit. That's bullshit. She should have just fucking, okay, you want to go? Go. But nah, she playing her fucking games. Flexing on me. Flexing on the cowboy. That shit ain't going to work. Like both myself and the police officer admitted, the only person that has any legal action to any of this is us. It ain't them. They can trespass me because you can trespass anybody. That's all they got. That's all they got. And if I don't go back there, don't send them emails, don't call them, they got nothing on me. And I have no plans to. They, on the other hand, they're holding up the transfer of a patient from one doctor to another for no reason. And there is no valid reason. You can't do that shit. So we'll see how that goes. Well, it's almost 10:30. We went long tonight, and that's fine. I will see you all on the Facebook tomorrow. Hopefully it needs to not rain so I can go out and mow the lawn. It's going to look awesome. I just hope that it's not too long to then it gets like hay. It's when it's shorter and it's done, you don't notice the clippings. So we'll see how it goes. I'll take care of it. But after it's all picked up, then it's going to look nice because it's thick. It's thick and long. The grass. Judy says, good night, y'all. Hey, thank you, Judy. Good night. Get some rest. Laurel, get some rest. I don't know if W is around. W, get some rest. Peggy's gone. Get some rest there, Peggy. Anybody else that's watching? Because there's a bunch of names. There's a bunch of numbers there. I don't know who's here. Thank you for watching the show. Catch me on Facebook. Say hey. Give the retards a hard time. Because even if I end up kicking them, the more interactions before they get kicked, the better it is for me. Says good night. Let the girls eat some of the clippings. Yeah, they do love grass. I tell people too. They still come up and they say, "It's like, yeah, pull the long grass." I leave some long areas over by the coop so that we can pull them and give it to them. So, yeah, of course they love grass. I know they love grass. And they've been super friendly this spring. This is the friendliest they've been their whole time. They're like, oh, they like to talk to you. Oh, they're like super friendly. But, all right. Yeah, I know they like grass. The only thing with chickens, again, you got to watch out how much green you give them. They love greens. But if they get too much too often, which we don't, and we give it to them, and that's great, they can get the runs. Horses are the same. Come spring, they start eating a lot of fresh grass, and then they get the runs. But yeah, yep. And we got one gal. She's retarded. She loves standing in the water dish. Those who have chickens, you always, sometimes you have more than, we got one. They just love standing in the water dish. They'll do it on hot days naturally, but she just loves standing in the water dish. It's like, you're a retard. Get out of the water dish. You're getting it all dirty. So we got to deal with her. We got to put our summer water dishes up there because we're still using the winter. It's easier just a big bowl, big rubber bowl thing. It's easier to clean. Yeah, hello. So it's always at least one. Yeah. Well, we found our one. This is the first year that she's been like, last year she didn't do it. The year before, they didn't do it. This year, she can't get her out of the fucking water dish. Get out of the dish. She's a retard. She's a retard. But okay, get some sleep, folks. Thank you for joining the show. Let's see here. See you online. Next show is Sunday. Let's see here. Let's get going. Here we go. And God bless. Take care.